This is Mike from Urban Legends and Conspiracies coming to you with updates, news, and future information about Season 2 and upcoming projects. So like always, let's crack a beer and get into it. As a lot of people may not know, the first season was really just a test season just to see if the subject matter would actually generate any listeners, and my God, it grew bigger than I ever thought it would. I thought maybe at best I'd get like 10 or 20 listeners on this. It has gone pretty much around the world and back. That being said, I do see a lot of room for potential growth with this current project, and I am happy to announce that I have finally started recording Season 2. That being said, there will be some noticeable changes in Season 2, mostly created from lessons that I learned while doing Season 1. One thing is I'm going to keep my episodes under 20 minutes. I realized that with the season finale in the last season, it was almost an hour long, and that's probably my least listened to episode, which is kind of a shame because that's personally my favorite episode. Also, concerning the episodes where I am completely drunk and I just seem to be ranting on the subject matter, I'm going to actually do more of those. Those were my most popular episodes, most listened to episodes of the season. A lot of people seem to like those, so there will be a lot more of those in the future. However, this next season will contain 20 episodes, and I plan on getting it out quickly. So there will be a few episodes where I'm sober, because if I were drunk 24/7, that would be a real big problem. I do have a day job, and hangovers aren't really the best thing to have when I'm, dealing with customers in my day job. But on that note, yes, more drunk episodes will be coming. Season 2, if you haven't already noticed with this little update recording, is going to sound a lot different than Season 1. I am once again in a new studio, and I actually have an entirely new setup. I'm actually recording this on a Raspberry Pi 4. The computer that Season 1 was recorded on blue screened on me in the middle of last summer, just before the original planned recording of Season 2's episodes. So yeah, it is going to sound different, and yes, this is, like I said, a new studio, so the sound is bouncing around this room differently. However, it's kind of Spartan right now. It's a big, empty, echoey room, and yeah, so you're just going to have to deal with that. Plus, it's also recording in mono. I cannot get it to Dolby Digital Surround Sound. I think it has something to do with my Raspberry Pi, but I will figure that out as the season progresses. A few more things. Yes, the YouTube channel, the companion channel to this podcast, does exist now. It is called Death Bunny Studios. It is in its infancy right now, and I plan on continuing to update that. It is basically for re-uploads of episodes that are more than a month old. I primarily created that because I've had a lot of people tell me that YouTube is the only way that they can really access this stuff, because they don't have platforms like Anchor FM or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Podbean or anything like that. So I've been creating that channel just to kind of grow my audience. I also do have some other projects that are planned specifically for YouTube, but I'll discuss that when we're closer to launching those projects. A couple of additional things. I will also be doing short episodes or half episodes. They're only going to be like maybe 2-3 minutes long, but these concern urban legends that I can't really stretch out into big, like 15-minute stories. Those will mostly launch in the interim between longer waits in between episodes, or maybe in between the seasons. And it's kind of a way to just really keep people interested in the series without bogging them down with a big 15 or 20-minute episode. 2 more updates. One, I am planning on creating a second project. This is another podcast. I don't know if it'll be on Anchor FM. However, I do plan on it at least being on any other platform I can get it on. I would love it to be on Anchor FM, but they only really allow one show per host or something like that. This podcast will be on another favorite topic of mine. Primarily, it's the history of piracy in the New World during the colonial era. It's going to take place pretty much from 1492 up to the end of the golden age of piracy in the 1720s. It's completely from a historical standpoint. Of course, not forgetting my roots, I will be sprinkling in a lot of that pirate mythology and the legends surrounding that. The working title I have on that is called Black Flags and Scallywags. Look for that to launch sometime later in the year. One last major thing I want to touch on before this thing gets too long is ads. In Season 2, you may start seeing or hearing ads. I originally never intended this series to have ads because I feel that takes people out of the story. However, if I want this thing to grow, I really need money. I am like $6,000 in credit card debt right now. So if that will help with that, then that's just something I have to do in life. So if you do hear ads in the future and you don't like it, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can just tack them on at the end or put them right at the beginning. I'll try not to put them right in the middle of the episode to split that up. I know I hate when I hear that in an episode. So just be prepared if you start hearing ads in the future. It will most likely be a thing that happens. On that note, that is about it. I do appreciate all the support that I have gotten in this project so far, and I appreciate any future support that I will receive. I hope to see this project grow exponentially this year. And one last thing, because of popular demand, yes, Bigfoot will show up in Season 2. And he'll probably actually appear once a season in future seasons because the mythology around Bigfoot is worldwide. It is insane. And to create just a 15-minute episode on Bigfoot would really be doing it a disservice. So that thing could be a whole series in itself. So we'll just see where that goes. Once again, this is Mike. I thank you for listening. Stay tuned for future updates. Season 2 will probably drop this spring, hopefully, at least the first few episodes. So stay tuned.